Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about the most unexpected signs someone is having suicidal thoughts. This is an article in the Huffington Post written by Ashley Broadwater. Thank you, Miss Broadwater. This is a fabulous article, and I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. While a loved one appearing happy and carefree is a good thing, it may be cause for concern in certain mental health cases. When you first picture someone experiencing suicidal thoughts, you might imagine them crying, lying in bed, alone, or in pain. Suicidal ideation and the depression that can accompany it often makes people deeply sad or apathetic, which can lead to any number of these scenarios. But there's another indicator of suicidal thoughts that may be unexpected or confusing at first. Someone with a mental health condition suddenly acting very happy or carefree. While this may seem like a good sign, it can actually be concerning. Here's the gist. If someone with a mental health condition suddenly seems joyful and relaxed, it may be because they've made the decision to die by suicide. As a result, they feel relieved by two things: the idea that they won't be in pain much longer, and the fact they can stop debating that decision with themselves at this point. And to this person, dying is the only answer. Now, I think this is a very, very interesting point that Ms. Broadwater makes, because a lot of the time when we're dealing with somebody, even if it's not somebody who's suicidal, but we're dealing with somebody who's got a behavioral health issue. And one of the things that we see on a consistent basis is that they either cannot make the decision to go into treatment, or they go into treatment but never stay long enough. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. And what's really going on is this internal struggle, right? Because somewhere deep down, they're like, I might have a problem here and I need to go to treatment. But because their brain has effectively been hijacked by this behavioral health issue, they're not able to make the decision for themselves, right? And so a lot of the time, by the family stepping in, right, filing a Marchman Act, filing guardianship, filing maybe both at the same time, you've now taken the pressure off of them because you've made the decision for them. So that internal debate, that internal struggle is no longer on the table. So that's why I'm a big fan of telling families, look, you got to make the decision. They can't make it for themselves. Ultimately, we have to look at suicide as a health issue, and one that entails a lot of pain, said Doreen Marshall, Vice President of Mission Engagement at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. People who are suicidal are dealing with different brain chemistry that puts them in a dark place with tunnel vision. Plus, that intense level of emotional pain can be blinding. For example, their brain functions differently in terms of judgment, concentration, how they see the world, problem solving, etc. Just an excellent point. Again, this is just a great article. This is why I tell families, you're dealing with somebody who has a brain disease, and you have to treat it as a disease, because then you understand that the antidote is treatment, whatever that looks like. So they talk about, the sudden change in being happy. It says signs of suicidality, on the other hand, are talking about suicide, e.g., I would be better off dead, seeking lethal means, giving away cherished belongings, and saying goodbye, and implying you'll never see someone again. Okay, I'm going to let you read this. I think you get the gist. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the article that Ms. Broadwater has written. I thought it was really terrific. And Ms. Broadwater, if you see this video, thank you for doing this. It's a really good article. And I'm grateful. And I think the people that watch this video who go on to read your article will feel the same way. Just really good stuff. But I'd be interested to hear what our viewers think. Folks, what do you think about the article? What are your thoughts on some of this stuff? If you have a loved one who's dealing with any kind of behavioral health issue, substance use, mental illness, and you are, at this point, sick and tired of being sick and tired, you can't get them to go to treatment, can't get them to stay in treatment, can't get them to take their medications, and they're in denial, and you want to have a conversation with us, we'd love to hear from you. Let's talk about what options may or may not be available, both legal and non-legal. Sometimes we do a combination of both, and we'll happily talk to you about that. If there's an issue going on in your family and I haven't made a video about it, let me know. I'll make you a video. Just post in the comments. Because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's. And these videos that I make are about giving you the information you need. They're about helping you. So please post. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more of this content that I make every day, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.